Man, what a weekend it was for the world of wrestling. Some big things happened along the way. I mean, no matter how you feel about AEW or any of them, I know they have a lot of haters out there. Um, Getting to do what they did, with New Japan having, that whole thing, and wrestling companies working together to put on a major pay per view and all that, it's still a good thing for the wrestling world. At least some people are working together. We all know certain people are never going to work with anybody. We know exactly who that somebody that's never going to work with anybody is. But I still think it was a really good thing to have them all working together at least and putting on a show. I mean, some of the stuff, was I excited to even have a chance to watch it? Not really. But it still happened. We got to see stars on US TV for the first time. Yeah. I mean, the biggest show up there working together, and they were there, which is still a big deal. And outside of that, man, it could lead to a lot of other things. It won't lead to the machine doing anything. I don't know Vince and all them, no matter what, aren't going to, they have working relationships like, Impact to get Ric Flair for the Hall of Fame. They gave them, like they've worked out deals before. Maybe with new people in charge, it could be a thing. But, it's Vince. Nothing's going to change Vince. It's just the way he is, and he always has been. And people need to stop making excuses for him also along the way there, because that doesn't help anything. That actually makes everything worse. But yeah, like Forbidden Door was a good thing. We needed something. Because again, again, territory days, everyone was very, to their thing. And I get it, and the world has changed. And then Vince, was the guy. WCW came in and was right there beating them, but then WCW was gone. And I will give Impact, TNA, whatever, it is like they were at least there and trying and all that, but they never got to a level where they could even honestly, like compete with Vince and them. They had the star power. It was just getting people to actually tune in and see it, and when it was on, and just TV contracts and all kinds of stuff. And it's a shame because they had good stuff. But again, anyway, back to the main point. I still think it's good that they got together and got to do Forbidden Door, and we got to see all those people working together. Maybe it'll work again. Maybe it won't. I mean, obviously, some of the way the matches ended, some of the results, it has to. But I still think it was a good thing. But before we get to that, I got to get to Smackdown. And started off, Drew McIntyre's street clothes. We all knew Sheamus and his crew were going to show up. Having Pearson Heyman, play the Heyman influence game, card there, saying, they jumped the gun and they had to have a tag match against the Usos. And if they won, they'd be. I mean, we all knew what was going to happen. We all knew what the result of that main event was going to be. But we did know that was going to be a good main event, which is all you can ask for, especially with, a lot of the stupid that always seems to happen. They can't help themselves. Literally, I actually physically think they just can't help themselves. Like, it's going to be so good, but it doesn't give anyone the incentive to watch it, because you knew, especially with how many people they've announced for the men's match, that they were going to win. They couldn't have the match without them in it, especially where they are talent-wise right now. But still, it doesn't give the incentive to watch, which is my problem with it. You got to incentivize people to actually watch. And that doesn't do it for me. But still, again, good match. I'm not complaining about it. The main event was good. Sami Zayn defeating Shinsuke Nakamura to qualify for Money in the Bank. I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I like when they get together. Will anything ever beat, Shin's first match at NXT, which is Sami's last match at TakeOver, and the match that they put on there? No. Nothing is going to, they'll never be able to really ever top that magic again. That's the problem of hitting that. It's just like Macho Man, Steamboat and all of them. But you'll never, they always try to top that match, but they couldn't. That match was just perfection. And, it'll take a lot to actually beat it. And they never felt they got there again, but they put on a match that everyone remembers. Anyone that saw it, people that haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a hell of a match they put together and how long they were working on that. But, still a good match between Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. We get to see Sami in the Money in the Bank, see how they, play it out and spin it out and all that. But he's a good addition to it because he really is good. He deserved that big contract he got. It is a shame to see Shin get, losing. It seems like he's going backwards back to, what are we going to do with this guy, which sucks because I think he's super talented. And I think he's very much so over. It's just, this is the way they keep booking him, which I think is just souring people on him in general, just because, what's the point? Not even souring people, I guess. It's just, oh, look, he's going to lose. Like, it's one of those feelings every time I see him. Like, well, it could, but no. And again, Sammy's so over, right now with everything he's doing. It makes sense, but I'd like to see Shin get, more priority in his booking every once in a while. On the New Day versus Jinder and Shanky turned into the New Day giving, Shanky the ring to dance. The split finally happened, thank God. I never liked Jinder and Shanky anyway, but that finally happened. Viking Raider horn hits. Faces on the screen. They attack from behind. Again, different look. They got the face paint on, much more aggressive. That's what they needed because they got, the stuff with them and the Street Profits was good. Got them, through that WrestleMania for a while. But let them go out there and just maul people. They can. They're good at it. That's the right move. See what they do with that. Raquel and Lacey versus Sonya Deville. There's Shayna Baszler and Xia Li at ringside, and it was just as hard to watch as it seemed. Lacey wins with the woman's right, and obviously Shayna and Xia are going to attack after. What's the point? Leads us to Natty coming out to Ronda's music, the face painted up, plaid skirt, the jacket, everything pushing the stroller, runs her suck. Obviously, Ronda comes out, throws a stroller out, her rolls out. Dumb. They could build so much better without just that. To me, it was just time killer, really. Sheamus botched the name of the title. WWE Universal, whatever the hell, whatever they call it. I get it. The Undisputed. It's dumb. It should be the Undisputed title again. That's just me, but he botched it. Gunther with Ludwig Kaiser defeats Ricochet in a really quick defense, a waste of time. I enjoy Paul. I don't know about you guys, Paul Heyman and Caleb Braxton when they're together, regardless of anything else. I always find it to be entertaining. They really have good chemistry and interact well with each other. So I will say that was a bright spot in the midst of all of it. I was staring at it on my phone, like live tweeting it, staring at the picture of Aaliyah and Shotzi from not that far before the show. And then boom, it's Shotzi and Tamina, and Shotzi defeats Tamina really quick. It's stupid, which again, I just don't get the point of it. Like, if you're going to give them, they're supposed to be taken seriously. Why are all their matches happening in like 9 seconds? Blatantly obvious. Like, it's just dumb. No words for the Max Dupree stuff. Corbin and Pat McAfee is going to happen at SummerSlam. We all knew it. It's just the challenge is finally thrown out. And again, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, even with the idiots out there, and the Usos had a great match to qualify for Money in the Bank. Did we know they were going to qualify for Money in the Bank? Yes. We all knew it. Who else were they got to put in there at this point? But did they put on a good show and a main event quality show for SmackDown, match? I mean, even though we knew it was going to happen, yes, they didn't mail it in. I got to give them credit for that. But you got to beat them to get in. Okay, they're going to beat them and they're going to be in. Take all the stupid drama out of it. We know what's going to happen. Duh. Like, real big duh. But good main event. Sadly, though, I mean, there was just so many quick things and dumb things that, the first match and then the last match made up for a lot of just obvious and just dumb stuff. In my opinion, again, comment. You can tell me it wasn't dumb. There's a lot of stuff that's like, again, like the Money in the Bank qualifiers for the women. What is the point? Like, who's going to take them seriously when they're all pretty much winning in just squashes and really quick matches? Like, give them the time of day. Just saying. No need for the Max Dupree segment. That could have been cut. They could have cut Jinder and Shanky shorter. There was stuff that could have been, at least cut shorter or scratched in order to actually at least give them a match. Like Gunther and Ricochet. You're going to have him just maul him. I mean, he's going to lose. Let him beat some other guys and then save the rematch for a pay-per-view and give them a few minutes to actually do it. Not like 98 seconds. I know it was longer than that, but really, what was the point? It might as well have been. It's just dumb stuff like that. And maybe I'm still mad about them being lazy and pre-recording 2.0 and people making excuses. I think it's because they're doing live shows again on Fridays and Saturdays. They could go live on Tuesdays if they really wanted to. It's me, personal opinion. But getting on to Rampage, I mean, it started out good with Andrade Alidolo. And again, I'm not a fan of, character. And I get it. He has, it's not his first language, so his promos suffer because of that. But a lot of his in-ring work I do like. So there is that. I'm not trying to completely bash the guy. I do like a lot of that. And him and Rey Fenix is a great way to start off. Sadly, there's a bunch of just dumb in the middle, like Deeb and Mercedes Martinez defeated Laney, Luck, and Sierra. I know. That was the shocker of the night right there. No one saw that coming. And then Hook defeated DKC really quick by submission. I know. Shocker. Didn't see that coming. Main event was good, though. Jeff Cobb defeated Cash Wheeler. Again, good match. I like Dax's singles guy better than Cash, but they're both good. They're both really good. And you put them together, I mean, they're good. No one will, anyone that denies that they're good, please send them my way, because apparently their eyes are broken because they're good together. But Jeff Cobb wins the match after a good one. All hell breaks loose. Everyone's fighting the expected because that's what they do. You can see Eddie wasn't biting at Jericho's nose by the camera angle. Again, I've been barking about cameramen and women, whatever, for weeks now, because across all the wrestling, we're talking about AEW, WWE, NXT, like no matter what you want to call them all, there's been some really horrific angles, and they haven't helped anyone at all. You can clearly see he wasn't biting him, but it was a good way to end it, I guess. After a good match, have just all hell breaking loose. It's good for the fans in there. I'm not complaining about it. It was just, expected. But again, first match was good. The last match was good. I don't understand what the point of the two in the middle was. Anyone that watched it, please tell me what the purpose was. I don't see it. I'm not trying to be mean when I say it. I literally don't see the point. It did nothing. They're worthless. Granted, it filled time, but you could have put something like where we thought the other person had a chance in there. And it wasn't just a quick squash. I mean, like, no one thought Laney, Luck, and Sierra were beating Serena Deeb or Mercedes Martinez. And no one thought DKC was beating Hook, and they were both really quick, and there was no point. That's my problem with it. And I think it's a fair argument to make. You want your ratings to get better, and I don't think they ever will again, especially with what else was on, TV-wise with sports, and when it's on, 10 to 11. I know it's Friday night. I mean, I know a lot of people are in bed way before 10 o'clock on Friday night. So it could be that he's got to build up solid shows every week. Don't have a good match followed by two useless matches followed up by a good match. That's not going to get people. You got to consistently have all good across the board, not just have filler. And I think they could do better if they did that. Will they do that? God knows. But if they did, we'll all agree that they can make it, a lot better. And then Forbidden Door, I didn't get to watch it. Wasn't going to, just because I hear really bad things about Bleacher Report and their coverage and all that. But also NASCAR race, of course, started it really way too late when they knew weather was coming. And then it took till midnight for the thing to end because there were so many red flags for lightning and torrential downpours and stupidity. But still heard there was a lot of good stuff. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, of course, with Ty Conti, and Minoru Suzuki defeated Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Mino in a trios match, and they get the advantage for blood and guts match on Dynamite. Again, I think that'll be good. I just hope they don't get too stupid, like the fireworks where the ring was going to explode and how bad that. I just hope they don't get too stupid. We know there's going to be blood. Obviously, there's always blood. It's AEW. Hopefully they just don't overly get stupid. But I think they could put on a really good match. FTR, and again, heard me come around. I really didn't like them in the machine because, one dude always someone was always hurt, and you looked at them, they did not fit the mold to be there. So it wasn't on them. They were doing their shtick, and their shtick just was not going to fit into the era and everything of the machine. But hell, great people, and you hear me saying nothing but good things about them. But FTR defeats Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan, and Roppongi Vice, being Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero, become not only the Ring of Honor tag champs, but also the IWGP tag team champions in the winner takes all match. They deserve it. It was the right call, in my opinion, for where they are in the matches they could put on with anybody. They deserve the one. Again, comment and tell me where you think I'm wrong. But I feel they really deserve that. The Bastard Pack defeated Miro, Malachi Black, and Clark Connors to become the first ever AEW All-Atlantic champion. Again, I wish I could have saw that one because everyone that was involved, I'm sure, was great. Still don't get the Japanese flag being on the All-Atlantic because it's in the Pacific, but I think it's a good. And again, another lower level. It's like I guess Machine having the U.S. title in the Intercontinental. This gives them 2 for something else for them to fight over. And they could use more people. And if they do that, hopefully, as long as they have all these, like they actually put on like meaningful matches, not just filler. Now, if there's all these titles, they're gonna have all these titles. They need to put on meaningful matches for the titles and number one contenders and all that stuff, where it's matches where people don't know who's going to win just by hearing it. And that could do them a lot of good, big favors across the board, whether it's ratings or anything. But the dudes with attitude being Darby Allin, Sting, and Shingo Takagi, like Mr. Takagi in Die Hard. That's why I'll always not screw that up. Defeated the Bullet Club, which is the AEW Tag Champs, the Young Bucks, and El Fantasmo with Coelho. Again, Young Bucks, I don't get it. They can wrestle. It's just so many super kicks and ridiculously high spots and stuff. It's too much that and too little everything else. Can they wrestle? Yes. Do I think they're as big as everyone makes them out to be? No, but that's just me. Thunder Rosa defeated Toni Storm to remain the AEW Women's Champion. Saw it coming. Damn shame, but it's what they do. Will Ospreay with Aussie Open defeated Orange Cassidy and still the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion. From what I read, a lot of people enjoyed it. So good on them if they put on something better, between the two of them. And there was a lot of idiocy involved, but good on him. It was the right call. Claudio Castagnoli defeated Zack Sabre. Ergo, the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club. Ergo, Cesaro. So good to see him getting used. I mean, I don't think the last name is necessary, but, mouthful, but good for him. He got signed. Hopefully they use him. And again, with Brian out, like he's going to be immediately thrown into things and used. And I think that's probably gets a title run too, just because we all thought he should. Most of us, like wrestling wise, he should be champion, some kind of champion at least, in my opinion. Switchblade Jay White defeated Adam Cole, Hangman Adam Page, and Kazuchika Okada to remain the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion by pinning Cole. I heard like there was fight forever. What I saw and read and like replays, the crowd was really into it. So good on them, but I figured he was going to win. For him to just get it didn't make sense for him to lose it. And I know, shocker, but Jon Moxley defeated Tanahashi to become the interim AEW World Champion. So him and Punk are going to go at it down the road at some point. Mox was the right fit, like where he's been, the role he's been on since he came back, like, and especially this year, all clean-headed, like he deserved it. No one can, deny that he deserved it. So good on him. And I'm looking forward to that match down the road. And, that's good booking, like right there. The way they built that and did it, like now they build him and Punk for however long they need to. That's good booking. The way they did a lot of the build-up, there was some good booking. Unlike, again, women's qualifiers for Money in the Bank, nothing. The middle of Rampage, nothing. There's a lot of just what are they even doing here? What's the point of it all? And I have to give them credit for matches last night. Match quality seemed really good from what everyone is saying and everything I've read and seen. Sammy and Shin saved SmackDown, and the guys in the main event, obviously. Thank those two because the rest of it was just worthless. We all knew Tony was going to lose to Thunder Rosa, but good match. And, she got the shot. Now it's just see how they use her after that because these people tend to, vanish for a while after things like that happen and see what they do with all of it going forward because there's a lot of good stuff. It's just, what do they do with it? So that's a good ending spot. I'll be back on Wednesday with another Justin's Wrestling Roulette. If you haven't ever checked it out, again, go on YouTube, Rumble, find the videos. Find the thing, subscribe to the show on there, and you can see them because they're all there. We're doing it Wednesday. Might even try to do it live on Rumble. Might. So be paying attention. Again, might, not sure. Need to get those viewers up beforehand, but we'll be there then. And I'll be back on Friday to go over everything from tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. and we all, have a good time. I enjoy it, doing this. Justin does too. Thank you for listening, watching. Again, subscribe. It only takes a little bit. Everyone on Good Pods, thank you. Again, you too. Keep getting it out to people, and then go on, the Facebook page, follow it there. Wrestling Ski on Twitter, Wrestling with Ski on YouTube and Rumble. You could listen to the, audio and then go on there, subscribe, hit like on the video, write a little comment. It helps get it out to more people, more visible into that type in wrestling. So that would violently help. But yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday. I appreciate all of you again. I'd say that it was a pretty good weekend. They made up for it with how everything went for Forbidden Door. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Again, share it out, like, comment, rate it everywhere, do it all. And until Wednesday for Justin's Wrestling Roulette, be good to each other, try to enjoy the wrestling, and peace.